Hello there and welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to completely master leave approvals inside the 925 work suite.
If you're checking out this explainer, you're probably looking to understand exactly how the multiple levels of leave approval actually work inside the 925 work suite knowledge base. And honestly, whether you're an everyday employee just looking to book some well-deserved time off or an HR admin trying to configure a really complex, multi-tiered workflow, this breakdown is going to help you seamlessly navigate the whole process.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's a quick look at the journey we'll take today. Welcome to leave approvals, setting up the system, choosing your approval mode, the employee experience, the approver experience, and finally, the approval trail.
Section 2. Setting up the system, the foundation.
So let's anchor ourselves first. On your dashboard's left-hand menu, to begin this entire process, you'll want to navigate down and click on the Settings tab right toward the bottom. Basically, this is where all the configuration magic starts before anyone can even think about requesting a vacation.
All right, once you're inside Settings, you're going to look for Leave Settings, and then click on the Leaves Type Settings tab. This right here is where HR creates the actual categories of time off. Think annual leave, sick leave, maternity leave, that sort of thing. You can define the allowed days, set monthly limits, and even restrict certain types of leave to specific job designations.
Next up, jump over to the adjacent tab labeled Leaves General Settings. Now this is an absolutely critical foundational step. Right here is where you determine your leave year rules. Do leave balances count from an employee's hire date or the start of the calendar year? You get to set that rule right here so the math is literally always perfectly accurate.
Moving on to Section 3, choosing your approval mode, flexibility and routing.
So, the 925 work suite offers two totally distinct paths. First, you've got the Simple Manager rule. This is absolutely perfect for basic policies like a manager pre-approving a request before HR steps in, or just approving it directly. But what if your company is growing fast and needs way more structure? Well, that's exactly where the configurable approval workflow comes in. It's designed specifically for those multi-stage, formal approval processes that standard companies need.
Now what's really interesting about this is the toggle switch you'll see in your settings. Toggling on the option to use configurable approval workflow completely unlocks this brilliant drag-and-drop interface. You just click Add Step, and you can define exactly who needs to sign off, ordering your approval steps perfectly. It really is like a giant puzzle you get to easily snap together.
But for this multi-step workflow to actually function seamlessly, the system has to know who reports to whom. So HR must properly assign the primary and secondary reporting lines inside each individual employee's profile. Doing this ensures the 925 work suite routes the request to the exact right manager every single time. No lost emails, no confusion.
Section 4, the employee experience, requesting time off.
So what's it like for the employee? Honestly, it's an incredibly empathetic and clean flow. An employee simply opens leaves, clicks New Leave, and pops in their details, like the leave type, the dates, and a quick reason. The moment they hit Submit, the 925 work suite totally takes the wheel. That complex workflow we literally just configured is automatically generated in the background. This lets the employee effortlessly track their real-time status without ever having to worry about all that complicated routing logic.
Section 5, the approver experience, taking action.
Now, let's flip the perspective. The approver takes really straightforward actions here. They just view their pending leaves, open the action menu, and choose either approve or reject, optionally tossing in a reason. If it's approved, it moves right along to the next step or gets finalized. But, and this is a super vital system rule to remember, if any approver in the chain rejects the request, it is rejected immediately and the workflow stops right then and there.
Of course, in the real world, business doesn't always go exactly to plan, right? That's exactly why HR and admin users are granted these special superpowers. Users with full permissions can override the system to approve or reject leaves in super urgent situations. They can jump in and act as the final approval step, tweak workflows, and review the entire approval trail, just to keep everything running incredibly smoothly when exceptions inevitably pop up.
Section 6, the approval trail, complete transparency.
As you'll see here, this end-to-end view beautifully illustrates how the entire process ties together. From choosing your routing mode, down through the employee flows, all the way to a super clean, easy-to-read status view for everyone involved. If you look at the leave request status, you get a perfect visual of a line manager review, a department head review, and an HR final approval, all captured with seamless dates and reasons.
So what does this all mean for us?
Organizations absolutely love this setup because it creates way faster approvals by totally cutting out those endless back and forth emails. It gives you better control and full visibility by tracking every single action. It scales so flexibly as your company grows, and it really drives high employee satisfaction because the whole process is completely transparent and fair. Plus, it is completely audit-ready.
Before we wrap up, our source material offers a fantastic built-in best practice. Keep your step labels simple. Use terms your employees actually understand, like HR final approval. And remember, while highly sensitive leaves might require strict multi-manager steps, common low-risk leaves should be really quick. Seriously, don't delay your employees unnecessarily with a huge 5-step workflow for a simple afternoon off.
I'm going to leave you with this really powerful thought on accountability. Every leave request has a full trail for transparency and audit. When everybody is accountable and the process is totally visible, the whole organization just runs better. So how will you configure your workflow today to maximize efficiency and control? Dive into your settings and build the system that works best for you.